This is Scott Barber again. We're here in front of the Rally for Republic. We're doing another interview. Sir, who are you and where are you from?
My name is Renato D'Amico and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
So, you're a Ron Paul supporter, obviously.
Absolutely.
How long have you been a Ron Paul supporter? How did you find out about Ron Paul?
I've been a Ron Paul supporter, I'd say about a year and a half. I found out about Ron Paul through a friend of mine who I happened to hook up again with, who lives in New Mexico, named Charles Rinaldi, and he told me about Ron Paul. I looked up Ron Paul on YouTube, I liked the message, and after hearing the message, I got excited and inspired to support the system, because when you listen to Ron Paul, there's no confusion. And the biggest problem with our country is all the people live in a confused state, because when they're trying to be in a common sense place, this government has a tendency of talking with no common sense, and it causes them to feel confused. And what's happening in this country is people live in confusion now, thinking that's the normal place to spend their life, and it's not. 1 and 1 is 2, it'll never be 3. And don't let anyone convince you of that. If you're talking to someone and you start to notice you're getting confused, walk away from them, because they're not clear. You only can spend time with people who have a clear mind, and you'll notice it because you'll leave them feeling better about yourself.
Well, sir, a lot of people come into the Ron Paul campaign for a lot of different reasons. Was there one particular issue with you that resonated with you that caused you to believe so much and to work so hard like so many of us have?
Well, a lot of reasons. I'd say one is I think the IRS and the Federal Reserve is a very important thing that has to be taken care of. Bottom line, how would you, any one of you, love to have a company where they'll come into your company, they'll give you some cotton, some paper, you get to make any number you want on it, and they're going to give you 2% interest for all the paper you give them, all the money, and it doesn't cost you nothing. If you want to make extra for yourself, who's going to stop you? You got the printing machine. It's absolutely ludicrous.
So it's the Federal Reserve for you.
Time.
That's my particular issue as well, why I do what I do.
Well, because I think if we got rid of the Federal Reserve, I think that the solutions, all the other solutions would come clear automatically, because the man with the money controls the world.
Well, sir, have you found that you've made friends in this campaign that you probably may have not made otherwise if it were not for the message of liberty?
You know something? I've made so many good friends, and I can't even tell you I'll give you a perfect example. I've been spending time with all these young men, right? They're 22, 23, 28.
Ron Paul sucks.
And the bottom
Ron Paul does not suck.
And the bottom line is, I feel so connected to these young men that today I left them and went by myself to come here. I felt so bad leaving them because we've been doing everything together for the last 3 days. I'm one of the delegates for the Republican convention, and I'm an alternate. And there's about 12 or 14 of us from Massachusetts, and we support Ron Paul 100%.
Sir, I also have been a guest at the National Convention here. Has it been hard for you to be at the National Convention, knowing what you know about sound money, about the true meaning of liberty? Has it been hard for you to listen to the traditional?
What's really hard is not feeling connected. You don't feel connected to anybody there. The energy is dead. There's no spirit. There's no soul. And I'm just curious. I'd rather be around people like Ron Paul people, only because when you talk to them, they listen, and we have good conversations, and it's very stimulating.
Well, sir, is there any particular website you would like people to be aware of, or anything you'd like to share with America, because this is going on YouTube?
Okay, well, a good friend of mine named Michael Nystrom, he owns the Daily Paul. And Michael Nystrom, as far as I'm concerned, is a sweetheart, and I trust him because he's a very humble man, and he's not looking for anything. He's he's not in this game for his own empty needs. He's a very full man, a good man, and he cares about the American people and the American way.
Well, sir, thank you very much for letting me interview today.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.